Hi guys, thanks for watching again. I am doing my tutorial and my, I guess, demo of my Singer 401A. It was just freshly serviced. The brushes and everything has been replaced, taken out. The motor was serviced. I did do a little video on making sure that you check your brushes because the machine, as you can see, this one is cosmetically gorgeous. Somebody might pick up this machine and say, oh my gosh, it was hardly ever used. It has very few scuffs. This little one right there. There's a minor one right here. Overall, this machine is really in amazing condition for its age. But the brushes and the motor actually were used. So you have to make sure that that gets properly serviced when you're picking up a machine, because you don't want to destroy your motor permanently. Okay, so this is a machine it has option for cams, but it does have a lot of built-in very cool stitches. So let's take this off for a minute and just take a look at our variations. I do have a manual that I printed out that kind of describes all of this, but the combos are actually written on here, so it's pretty simple to understand. It tells you your 2 needle, so if you're going to put a 2 needle in there, so your red lever at 3 combination patterns. So the red lever is going to be at number 3. Those are your combination patterns, and these are how you set the patterns. The first one, oh, and you actually have to make sure, obviously, your needle is up. So turn your hand wheel and make sure your needle's up. So let's just do a sample. Let's go. What do I like? Let's do this one, JN, because I have not tried that one. It looks cool. All right, so let's do, so this one you're going to push, and you're gonna go to J, and then this one you're going to pull and go to N. And if it does not want to move, you just give it a little pull again, because it does have to pop out of the current cam it's in. So there you go. Okay, so we're in N, J and N. Now your length, you want to set to fine if you're doing like a decorative stitch, because you want to be able to see your decorative stitch. So you don't want it to be huge. So let's just test that out. And that's just kind of how you're going to set your, oh, and then you want to put your thread back on your spool. Okay, ready? So where's my foot pedal? I'm trying to find it down here on the ground with my toe. There we go. Okay, I'm touching it. Where is it? I found it. Okay. And this is me going really slow. Oh, that's cool looking, huh? Okay. That's me going at a really fine pace. You can obviously make it bigger. See, and that just widens it. It doesn't make it as attractive. So let's go back to fine. And actually, let's from there switch to 5. I believe that you do have to be, oh, I popped my thread. Sorry about that. I think my thread's stuck. Actually, it's a good time to show how the machine is threaded. Okay, so you're going to put your spool up there or here. And it does take a double needle, so you can use 2 spools. You're going to go right here in between, one second, these two, no, those 2 discs. Okay, so check this out. So this machine has these 3 discs. Sorry, there you go. You want to go between the last 2, then you want to go pop up, there you go, until it goes over the hook. Back into your arm, get in there, arm, get in there, there. Okay, obviously through here, that is your take up lever, sorry. Okay, into there. Forgive my very dirty hands, but when you're taking a motor apart, they look like this. And that's after I've washed them like 500 times. Okay, yeah, it looks like my thread did get stuck, so all right, there we go. So just make sure it's in there, and when you pull, you are activating your little arm. Then you're gonna go into here, into this arm down here, into this one, your guide. Get your needle up, right, and there's one more right, oops, right here. Get in there, buddy. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in with one hand and keep filming. There you go. Okay. Your needle, by the way, is straight, so front to back. So your flat part is going to be up against the wall. And I'm sorry to keep moving this. I'm just trying to film and thread, and it's kind of hard. I'm threading through the camera lens. Okay, never mind. That's not gonna work. All right, let's do it regular. Okay. All right. So let's do our decorative stitch, so whichever one I'm set on. Okay. All right. And I'm set right now on really fine. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I'm gonna expand it a little bit because it's not. Here, let me show you what it looks like. That looks cool. I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Okay. I really like this machine. And you can also hear it's not a very loud machine for, you know, look at that. That is so cool. I love this. And that's all built in. So you have all these variations. You just have to look at the pictures and read them. Let me give you one more that I really liked. I just really like this very neat scallop. Okay. Oh, and the other thing, yes. So after you set it, you can increase the width of the stitch. So now we're gonna go to BR. Those are one of our primary ones. My needle needs to be up. Okay, so we'll go to B, and our back one we're going to go to R. Okay, and let's just put that down and go with that stitch. Okay. Do you see that? Isn't that beautiful? It makes a very beautiful stitch. Okay, so you have all that. Now, if you wanted to add cams, this is your cam slot. They do sell them. This machine does not include any because I personally don't think you need any with all the variations you have. Now, what else? This is your foot pressure lever. It's set pretty standard. It's right in the middle where I like it. If you're going to be darning, you want to release the pressure on your foot, make it nice and loose, and you're going to raise your throat plate. So right now it's down, and look, you raising it up is going to basically push it so where you have no teeth. So you can do freehand embroidery and things like that. If you unlock it, that's actually going to pop your plate off in case you need to clean something or something like that. So let's just pop that back on. And then go down because that's a normal sewing position. Now the bobbin is a drop-in bobbin. So in case you don't know what that is, I am going to go ahead and show you how that works. Let me just pull that out and make sure it's out of here. Okay, very good. So what we're gonna do is we're going to just look at our bobbin. We're gonna see which direction does it unwind. So you want it to unwind to the left as you're laying it down. So not this way, you want it to unwind this way. So I guess clockwise, yes, clockwise. We're gonna go clockwise. You're gonna drop it in with it unwinding clockwise. Is it unwinding clockwise? Yes. In here. And the reason is because there's a little hook right there. You see the little hook? And so that hook is gonna grab your thread. So all you're gonna do is do that. And then let me set my machine to straight. I believe it actually tells you what straight is also. Straight stitch is A through K. A and K, sorry. So we're gonna do that. A and K at 3. So we're gonna do that. Technically, any stitch you push to one is going to be pretty much a straight stitch, but it might become a wobbly straight stitch. So we don't want that. We want to listen to what the machine says. Okay. And then now we're just going to go down and back up. Where did it go? It did not pick it up. Am I in all the way? Should be in all the way. Okay. Get in there. Why am I not picking up? I threaded it correctly. Oh, hold on. Get. I'm actually curious now if I even need to pick it up. That's how I do it on all my other machines. But this one... Oh, because my foot wasn't down. So I guess on this one you actually need to have your foot all the way down. Fascinating. Okay. I actually never really need to do that on my other machines. Okay, so there you go. It picked up the thread. So make sure your foot's down, I guess. That's funny. All right, and that takes it out. You don't actually need to put your foot back up after that, but I did. And here is your lever to raise your foot. Okay, so let's do this little purple cloth, and we'll just do our standard stitch, and we'll just play with the stitch length now. So there's a straight stitch. As you can see, it's going really small because I have it on fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and change it to 10. Okay, so that makes it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to show you how fast this machine goes. Again, I can't do it for too long because I have a baby sleeping when I do these videos. So I'm going to run it for a second. But you can see the full length and the full speed of this machine. It is a pretty high speed machine. So that's pretty solid right there. Okay. This machine also will go over some very heavy materials. So we will test all that. It is fully 100%, metal. So there is no plastic gears in this kind of machine. Now I had a piece of jean here. Let me see if I still have my jeans. Of course I don't. I never have anything I actually need, do I? But when do we ever? Okay. I also don't have scissors on me, so I'm using my poor defenseless cut up hands. All right, let's get this thicker piece of cotton and just play with that so you can get a feel for it. I actually ordered a phone holder so that when I make these testing videos, this is my cotton. We used to make masks out of this, you know, back when the craze started. Pretty. Okay, so we're gonna just do our test strip. Oh, I lost my thread. Oh, and you do want to adjust your tension accordingly. My tension's actually a little high. And I'm actually caught right there. Whoops-a-daisy. That explains why it pulls out. Okay, so I'll put it back to 3. That's actually, when you're having trouble, when like something's slipping, that's another thing to point out. Before you put it in the needle, just kind of pull it and just make sure that it's unraveling correctly. Because then you would catch anything like that, which I obviously did not catch. Okay, back in there. And now right into the needle. Okay. All right. What I'll do is I'll just keep folding, and so you can get a feel for how. Oh, and we do want to increase our tension, so I'm going over those lumps pretty smoothly. All right, so we're just going to go over layer 2, which obviously is easy, but this is actually not a very lightweight cotton. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so we'll go here. I'm going to fold it one more time. And we're going to jump over that bit. Okay, so we're at, what are we at? 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so So we're going back to 2 down here. And we're gonna fold this bit now. So I can make this very tight square. All right, and then I'm gonna fold those 2 pieces together. Actually, I'm curious if this machine also will do a chain. Yes, it will. Oh, that makes me so happy. A lot of the plastic machines won't chain when you come off the stitch. They just tangle. And the old machines always do that. You can just come right off of it and it'll continue to chain. Okay, so here's where we're at. Sorry, I've got a mess going on here, extra threads. So this is not a problem. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this. How many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8 layers. And we're gonna fold that over the 6 layers we have on the side. And we're just gonna create this really tight square. Just to give you an idea of how this machine, this is not a very tight, very heavy needle. So I hope I don't break my needle. But I'll show you that the machine does move through this pretty well. Gosh, look at that go. And we're gonna go right back up. Okay, ready? I'm not trying to wake anybody up today. But this machine is not as loud as a lot of the other ones I've messed with. Ooh, and we'll just chain right off of it. Isn't that cool? Okay, so check this out. No issues. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Or how thick that is. So if you're quilting or doing anything like that, and look how high it also raises, that's really helps. What else? Cosmetically, you've seen it. It's really beautiful condition. Everything's intact. Nothing is missing on this machine. And again, fully serviced, ready to go. Sew for another 40 years. If you're a heavy sewer, you do want to. People service these machines every year. You don't need to have your brushes replaced every year. So if you're, you know, just oiling it properly, take the lid off. There's 2 screws up here. Take it off and oil the spots that have little holes or any moving mechanisms with a good quality sewing machine oil. Singer sewing machine oil is wonderful. I just use them for my Juki brand because I have Juki industrial machines. And then to service the bottom, you want to, oh, I hope I did not hurt my orchid just now. No, he's okay. I do love orchids. You want to just take this off right here. So I want you to be able to fully operate your machine. This is such easy access. This is before they made it so complicated and stupid. Take this little guy off, and there it is. You have your gears right here. You want to just take a little bit of grease, always synthetic grease. Do not use anything natural, because natural, if you don't use the machine for a while, will cake. Just take a little bit of grease on your finger and swipe that across the gears. That really helps lubricate them properly. Any place that has moving parts, any connections, anything that rotates, and you can obviously see that by just moving the hand wheel. And again, grease on your, but small amounts of grease. You don't want to gob it on your metal gears. So then just rotate it, and you can really see anything that moves. You put a little drop of oil. Very simple. This is where your motor housing is. Don't go dropping oil over here. This is where your electrical connection is. Don't mess with that either. So don't go pouring oil anywhere in these areas. But it's perfectly safe for you to add oil in any of these little connections. And if you can see right here, those little holes are actually designed for you to take a little spout and just put a little gentle drop of oil in that. You see that? And then after you've oiled up your machine nicely, what you want to do is you want to run it for about 3 minutes with nothing in it to really lubricate everything, and then check again. And that way you'll see if there's anything you missed. So that way you'll be able to service your machine properly, you know, not have to take it in every year. And then when it comes time to service the motor, if it's not working, oops, as fast as it should be, or pedals giving you trouble, or the motor just kind of sounds funky, you'll know if you use this machine for a long time. If it starts to sound weird, then you take it in and make sure that they check the brushes. And you do have to tell a lot of service people that, because from what I've learned and I've seen before when I had my machines done, they don't check that unless you tell them to. Good places always will. So if you have a good place you know and trust, they're going to check everything for you. And then your light switch, you have a little lever right there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Oh, bobbin winder, yes. You put your bobbin right here. You can use this spool. You go, I guess on this one, oh my God, look, I left a spot. This is my magic eraser. This is how I get all my oil stains off after I work on the machines. Okay, so yeah, you can put on either one of these spools, and then you're gonna want to go down into this right here, and then straight up and over, and then just push this down, and it's going to wind up. Oh no, I'm sorry. This one's up. This one's up, I apologize. Wind this up, it's going to roll as this wheel rolls, see? And then that's it. You just tuck it away when you're done. It's pretty cool. And since you have two spool holders, you don't actually need to take your spool off. You can just use a separate one completely. So thank you so much for watching. And again, it's my Etsy store is RomelandVie. Those are my two kids. And that's it. Thanks so much.